Hello gamers and welcome back to another round of Let's Play Ash of Gods, and I'm not going to be able to defeat these guys, I think. I might have to lower the difficulty. As much as I hate it. And if I hit these guys, it doesn't help me, because they can gain so much energy. That was okay-ish. Okay, unfortunately I hit him, which is the worst outcome because he's going down anyway. I've got lots of guys with just 22. Now the cooldown is 5. Currently they won't be able to reach me. Now he can go 1, 2, 3, he won't be able to reach me. He won't be, and quite obviously he won't be. Not very good. Okay, he can hurt me a little bit. I can hurt him a little bit as well. Doesn't help me, of course. Oh no. Okay, next turn I can play the Fireblade again, but let's do the Mental Blast first. Almost everyone goes down. There are 2 left. And this won't help me at all. Move till here, so I need to go 1 row down. And yeah, well, not really helping. 3 rounds, 3 turns, and there's a new guy. It has to be a whip guy. And how am I supposed to defeat that? I tried twice more, and then I'm going to lower the difficulty setting. This time I will try to engage them. Quick and hard. Obviously one guy is going to whip me, or he's even going to attack me. Now with Fireblade I can kill several of them. Obviously I should go for Mental Blast first. He is going to attack me. Would I be able to prevent that theoretically? I need to go to here. Can I still cast? Yes, I can. 10 energy. one whip guy left. Okay, he's got a short range whip, kind of. I can devour him. But then he would attack me. Cast the mental blast first. But I think I can survive one attack. That's very unpleasant. You know, this would deal 22 damage, which is not enough to kill him, and I can't cast it anyway. Due to a lack of energy. Okay, he is now out of energy. Does this cost energy? It does. So that's nice. I can finish him off. This would give me energy. How much damage does he deal? 9. I would survive that. So let's attack his energy. Kill him off. Give me energy. Which would also allow me to run away. Obviously he's going to attack me. I can cast a mental blast and then run away. Could I run away far enough? I think I can't. Well, he can only move one tile. Look at that. Which basically means I can attack him and kill him. But I cast a mental blast hoping him will be hit. He is hit. Now I need to get some energy back. He won't be able to attack me. He will do his energy trick. I hope they don't get support. There's his energy trick. And I should be able to kill him. Fantastic, that was so tough. Like more than half an hour fight for that. I'm very relieved. Victory. I've gained a skill point. You return to the hill and find nothing's changed after the battle. So have you got it? Can you answer the question now? Thusa asks hopefully. You try to pull yourself together. What should I have learned from this? I never fought any answers in Unda's house. Thusa rolls her eyes. But you could, she roars. Are you even listening, or have you already forgotten the question? Of all the women you met, or heard of, since the reaping started, who couldn't be called a witch? Well, Unda disappeared. Maybe she's not a witch? Okay. Unda and Sheila are the same person, obviously, yeah. She's the first great witch that one. You surprised me. The witch vanishes, but you can still hear her voice. I pity you, so I suppose I'll still help you. They'll all be under my spell for another hour. Awaken your companions and make your way out of here. You shake awake and get him up to speed. Settle up and ride away. Okay, I was not very successful, I believe. I definitely answered incorrectly. But we can proceed one way or the other. Let's just take the Pilgrim's Path. Or the wolf track. What does it say about the wolf track? The gnawed carcasses of travelers killed by wild animals. Let's stick to the Pilgrim's Path. There's a well. Triumph of Evil is the difficulty apparently. You camp for the night and try to get some sleep, but ache keeps pestering you. The giant warrior begins a story about Izanan temple servants who scatter and hide when the Primarch of the Temple of Divine Retribution leaves his bedchamber. What scares them isn't the divine retribution, but the prospect of being summoned into that bed chamber. Let's tell him. You silence Ake's tall tale and offer a terribly heretical story in exchange. You tell him that the divine retribution occurred on the day of the vernal equinox, in the year 1998, by the old reckoning. If you could travel back in time, you could encounter the one called the Thrice-Arrived One. Ake grows pale, aware of the terrible punishment awaiting anyone who so much as mentions that name. However, curiosity gets the best of him and he begs you to continue. You tell him about a traveler who was killed in one of the villages in Terminum. The villagers tossed his body over the fence, but the next day the man came back. Once more he was tortured to death. His body burned. The next morning, however, he was standing outside the palisade. The villagers tried to kill him again, but couldn't approach, and then they all lost their minds. Ake mulls things over. So what's the wisdom in this fable? He asks. Or is it not a fable? If it wasn't a man, but a god, why did he return again and again? Why didn't he punish the villagers, and what was the village called? You shrug. I don't know who he was, or why he kept coming back, but if he was trying to highlight the vileness of human nature, he succeeded. I personally believe that he was in actuality killed a third time. Do you know why? Because 1002 years ago, the divine retribution started in that very village. Ake goes quiet and asks no more questions. Okay, the collector's bypath. A well-trodden path used by daring merchants hoping to evade the toll collectors. It's the safest way through the northeastern part of the Vandal forest, but not perfect. Some merchants are predisposed to banditry. Or the pilgrim's path, a path where monks are more common than hares. Let's take this one. Let's play it safe. You feel the reaping grows stronger. Its shadow falls upon you. The curse that has crippled your arm is reaching for your heart. Let's resist the curse once more. The reaping grows stronger. Terminum plunges into chaos, yeah. But we are almost there. You make camp for the night. Sitting by the fire, you write down the day's events in your notebook. Ake settles opposite you, clearly expecting to chat. How do you know all of this? And what good is knowing? Can you trust the books? Why would anyone want to know what a warrior named Ake thought and where he went? Why dwell on the wars and misfortunes of the past? Wouldn't it be better to put it all behind you? What use, you ask? Listen then. Can you trust in books? No more than you can trust people. I need your story, Ake. Let's say that one. Trust no one but yourself. Books are just like people. One may lie, another may speak the truth. Verify for yourself. Kings always glorify themselves. Criminals hide their crimes, and commanders hide their cowardice. There are so many books, and by comparing them, you get closer to the truth. Read. I can't. I get book sick. My head wants to burst. I'd rather fight 3 battles than read 3 pages. Is it different for you? How do you manage to get through all of that ornate lettering? Believe it or not, I did it willingly. Everyone has different inclinations. Perhaps all you need is listen to those who freely share their wisdom. They'll request something else from you, something that you can give. But you're not their dog of war. Even the wise men have given their lives. I need your story, Ake. It's true, for the historians who sift through mounds of old manuscripts, stories like yours are the most precious of finds. It's just that most people aren't trying to make it into the history books. They just live their lives the best they can. Without these memories of the past, all lives are far less enriched. I noticed that you don't like people, Hopper, even when you help them. It's like you're watching it all from a carriage window, covering your nose with a handkerchief when the stench gets too thick. Who are you, damn it? What's to like, Ake? The fact that you kill each other, that you whip your children to death, beat your wives, crowd in to watch your brethren being tortured, grab everything you can, just for the sake of having more? Tell me, what's there to like? Are you any better? Whoever you are. If people like you took their own lives 700 years ago, weren't they being selfish? Do you even know how many people died? 9 out of 10 houses fell into that abyss. Even the reaping didn't kill as many. What use, you ask? Listen then. In the year 93, during the Battle of the Southern Isles, the Iserland king held his fleet back and didn't finish off the Pelions. Do you want to know why? The king had studied the Battle of Detta and knew the Pelions' secret signals. They planned to lure the Burkan navy away into the sharp reefs. Yeah, I heard that. Some fools even cursed him, and it only happened once. What difference would it make if it happened 10 or even 100 times? How are books about the reaping useful if, as even you admit, every reaping is different? Compare then. Look for clues, discover and study. Otherwise don't complain when you are served a pile of bullshit on a silver platter. When you will finally learn that your memories are like roots. Without them, the tree falls. I'll never understand humans. Don't stare at me like that. I'm flesh and blood, just like you. Beware of oblivion ache. Books are the remedy. If you didn't know what happened yesterday, how would you know what to do today? Let's end this conversation. You know the answers already. You are mad at yourself, not me. No matter who I really am. You're right about one thing. I've no reason to like people. But that doesn't mean I want them dead. Well, I don't wish the piglet dead either. But I do enjoy my pork roast. A word of warning, Hopper. Mercenaries are the first to desert. I'll remember that in case I become a mercenary. I'm just a tax-paying freelancer at the moment. Misfortune rarely befalls people though. Every man carries his personal misfortune with him. Okay, last bit of the Pilgrim's Path. But there will be the sepulchre first, I guess. Day 40 of the reaping. And we can... Is there like a dialogue or something? Okay, now I can distribute my skill point. Quick Strike obviously is quite nice. Devouring is also nice, that would increase devouring damage. Circulate, this is all nice. Reduce the energy cost, Quick Strike. Fireblade. The Fireblade is really good. I think I'll go for Fireblade, but look how many points I could theoretically spend. And how little I've spent so far. Let's stick to the Pilgrim's Path. There's a battle here, apparently. You feel uneasy again. Someone from your past approaches. A squad of Answers, led by Harlow, whose body you'd used in cults, appears on the road. You can tell that he's noticed you as well. He was the man you made kill and torture others. Not that it matters whether it was your will or not. Now he's here. You use a sleeping spell on Ache. You won't drag anyone into your personal business. Let's talk to the Answers. You raise your hand as the squad approaches. I recognized you, Harlow. I think that you're strong enough not to succumb to the Reaping's influence. Now you're here. Do you understand that we are no longer in cults? Do you remember what happened to our world? Do you wish the same fate for this one? I recognize you too, Blance, the Herald, though you've changed. Harlow immediately responds. I see that you have a body now. I don't know what happened to cults, but fire doesn't turn all things to ash. I'm serving a cause. You know what that means? You too are a servant, or aren't you anymore? Will you let us pass? You nod and step away from the road. I let you pass only because you talked to me. You tell Harlow as the squad goes by. He who listens will one day hear. Ache comes to his senses. What happened? He asks, almost amused. It's like I blacked out. The Answers were there, and then they weren't. Damn all sorcery and illusions. Let's get out of here. On to the Burkannon Road. You approach Opacum and stop, mesmerized just like every time you've seen the ancient fortress. Nothing has changed. Its walls and towers are as sturdy as ever, and its dead mania is still shrouded in the mystery. However, it feels as though dark clouds have settled over the fort. You outpace the Frisians, though you cannot hear the stampede of a moving army or smell their campfires. They are coming. Aeg raises himself in the stirrups, arms skyward, and exclaims, "O blessed Opacum! Never have you been conquered by the enemy, never was your gate smashed asunder. Never have you greeted a reaper within. We've made our plans. Frisians are not yet here." You shield your eyes. The shimmer of the Milky Mountain's snowy peaks is blinding. Well, the banners adorning the fort are definitely Burkenan, so everything's in order. Let's see if there's someone to rival our luck. By the way, Aeg, the reapers can manifest themselves in Opacum. Only partially though. They won't have their full power. They look like you and me. Aeg can't seem to calm down. Let them. When I don't have my full strength nor my armor, I'm not good a fighter. Could it be the same with reapers? Do they look like normal humans and live normal lives between reapings? You smile alertly. If only you knew how right you are, Aeg. However, reapers can easily charge themselves before you can. Put on your armor and ready your sword. So let's first get inside the fortress, shall we? Hope we can manage that. Your small company approaches a steep incline leading to the fort's main gate. You dismount and lead your horses by their bridles, noticing watchmen observe you from their bastions. The gate remains shut until Aeg bangs on its iron sheets with his fists and feet. Finally, the gate slowly opens, allowing you inside. The guards briskly lead you and Aeg to the commander before you can even catch your breath. You note the undeniable purity of this place, and your blackened hand has stopped hurting. You're brought before Staked, whom you glimpsed back in Oda. He's grown quite old since then, but hardly anyone would dare say that to his face. Skill point gained. Who are you? Where are you headed? Hey, I've seen you, big fellow. You're part of the Jaranan Princess escort, right? Then it's you lot Cardinal Coronson's been telling me about. Yes, Your Grace. Not exactly sure what the Cardinal told you. We've been sent after Thorn Brennan. Been in hot pursuit since Elvius. I'm not squad commander, though. Here he is. Baron Hopper Rowley of Rydonna. I welcome you, Baron. You've made it to Opacum. Quite a feat, considering the situation. Though Thorn Brennan still isn't in the fort, you've missed him, it seems. We've been following him, Your Grace. Is Coronson waiting for your granddaughter in the fort too? Will you let us stay in the fortress? We've been following him, Your Grace. He dropped by Frigga looking for your grandson, but we don't know if he succeeded. There are many ways to Opacum from there. Perhaps we managed to outpace him. Well, I can only hope so. When I saw you leave that forest, my heart sank. Baron from a distance. You looked like Thorn, and then I didn't see my granddaughter with you. Well, Your Grace, you can hardly mistake any of us for Gleda Brennan, can you? Is Coronson waiting for your granddaughter in the fort too? Why would he? What would the temple servant need from my granddaughter? As far as I understand it, he is here waiting for the newly crowned Trig, although I've no idea why a Jaranan ruler would come here at all. I'm sorry, Your Grace. It's just that Cardinal Coronson has been quite upset over her fate. Perhaps Cardinal Coronson isn't just a careless, insensitive, cold fish like the other temple servants, or he just wanted to please me somehow. We've run into each other in Oda a couple of times. Will you let us stay in the fortress? Well, you can stay, if you're not afraid of the 3 legions of Frisians coming here from the Burkenan Highway. Though keep in mind, the food and water supply is only meant for the fortress defenders. Then I request to be stationed by one of Opacum battlements, provided I get my rations, or whatever you deem necessary, Your Grace. I think we are all ready to defend your fortress, Count. You should know, I'm quite a skillful healer, and I can handle a sword as well. Trig wouldn't hire you otherwise. Well, let it be. I will send someone to appoint you to your stations. The only thing for us to do is to await your orders. Less talking, healer. Don't rely on me to find you a job. Look for something to do. That applies to you too, Ache. Only thing left to do is bow out. Seems like you're left to your own devices. At least until the siege.
If only your luck could match your hopes. Yet you cannot control everything.
Uh-huh. And that's going to be the next chapter, chapter 6. And yeah, we outpaced him. It's actually day... Oh my goodness. We're so far away from Opacum. We only have 3 guys left. Is that so? Well, not quite. We've got a couple of more. We will need to upgrade them. We will need to heal the party. But we will do all that in the next episode of Let's Play Ash of Gods. I think the game should have been saved. It has. Okay, thanks a lot. Until then, bye for now.